I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
Vita and Chip and Colby.
Sori is still miserable. Allahu Akbar.
I am. I'm trying not to be. My stomach is so upset though that I'm like, just want to be done.
This.
know what's weird though? So like, I have the stomach. I guess a stomach virus or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
And that's making me not want to eat, but I'm still pregnant. So I still want to eat. Whoa. I want one of those barbecue chicken pizzas.
You're tall.
But then I don't think that's gonna, I feel like that's gonna collide with my upset stomach.
It probably will.
But I had an egg sandwich this morning.
You think it's gonna like one bad day and that's gonna pass?
Yesterday
one more bad day?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
3 days?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, you'll rise from the dead after 3 days. I'm going to Chipotle by my lonesome.
I'm so sad about that.
You're just a selfish person.
Well, I'm thinking about bringing my pillow and blanket and laying in the seat behind you.
Shout out to the big homie Hobby Tyrant. He's the one that suggested this. I guess, I was talking about Iron Maiden, and he was like, I was like, yo, Iron Maiden is able to put on a show where like people are screaming their lungs out, and I was talking, he's like, well, wait till you see Metallica. And I was like, send me the link. So he emailed me the link. So here we are. Here we are. So this is, what's the name of it?
So do you think that they're going to be as great as...
No way. I'm completely biased.
You've been biased before, but changed your mind, so...
I can be converted.
Yep.
I can be converted.
You married a white girl.
I did. I did. Even though y'all are disagreeable to live with in peace. Hey.
You're kind of like that, too.
What, disagreeable to live with in peace? Nah, that's not my standard nature. You heard what he said. All right. So the name of this song is "The Memory Remains," and I gotta find that on Genius. This comes from the album Load or Reload. That's why I've never heard this song before. Because I didn't listen to Metallica at that time. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know if it matters if you have the left and the right and the correct ones or not, but...
I don't think
All right, go.
Go!
Most excellent singing. Excellent, so keep it up. We do have a battle going on between you and the PA, but I think the Metallica family is stronger. Fortune fed, mirror fed, gone insane, but the heavy rings on fingers weak, love started eyes are break, see the nowhere crowd, mother nowhere cheers of honor, like twisted vines that grow, I swallow mansions whole, dim the light of an already faded prima donna. Fortune fed, mirror fed, gone insane. Fortune fed, mirror fed, gone insane. Baka. Oh, got them love. Baby rings sold cigarettes, up to lips that time forgets. See the Hollywood sunset behind your back. Can the band play on? Just listen to play my song. Ash to ash, dust to dust, fade to black. Fortune fed, mirror fed, gone insane. Insane. Fortune fed, mirror fed, gone insane. This little king got it.
Okay, that was a good crowd moment. I'm not gonna lie. Man, that must be crazy. See all them people? You know, like, whoa.
Voicing what you thought in your head years before.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like those things just, like, come up out of, hey, why don't we just go, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, I don't know. And the guy goes, what? He goes, yeah, just go, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and then people singing it.
And then, you know, a year later, there's 80,000 people doing that, and they all know it. It's like, it's just, it's an unbelievable thing.
Yep.
Unbelievable thing. And, you know, I wonder, like, who it's more significant to. Actually, the dude that sent me this video, he was there.
In the crowd?
He was in the crowd.
Oh, I bet that was...
That's him right there.
Crowd. You're such a liar.
How would I know? Like 85,000 people there. Well, what more? But, I mean, that must have been a crazy experience, like...
Oh, yeah. Especially if you love the band, you love the...
Well, I think that, like... I don't think all 85,000, because this was a music festival or something, so, like, there are other bands that were playing. So I don't think, like, every single person was a Metallica fan or even knew this song.
Oh, but they all...
But I think if there's enough people...
Yeah.
And, you know, the spirit of the song is there. And this is actually a good song. I don't know why... Those people led me astray. They were like, oh, the new Metallica's bullshit. You're not gonna like it. Really?
No.
I really like this song. Are you serious? You really don't like
No,
it?
I didn't like it.
Wow.
It was his voice sounded
What did
too,
you like?
Country-ish. I was like,
Well, that was part of the
Country-Alica.
whole Country-Alica. That was part of the whole reload. But I don't know. I like the melody. It was a melodic. I mean, they can't. What's he? Short of straw. Is he gonna do that every year? You've been playing music for 30 years now.
I get it, babe. I just wasn't a fan. I didn't get goosebumps until like the very end.
So these are the official lyrics. Da la da 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 da. Da da da. Na da da. Wow, I can't believe that you don't like this song. How dare you? How dare you?
I didn't.
Have we ever had that type of a difference before?
Yeah, we have. I just don't remember what song it was. You know what I will say?
The Tool song, The Pot. I hated that song.
You did hate
How
it.
dare you? Out of here with that. You loved it though.
I did. You know what I think, though? When somebody says, you're gonna love this, I think that there's like some sort of like a little rebellion in me that jumps up to say, I don't think so. Maybe I won't.
Well, he was talking about the crowd. No, he was talking about the crowd interaction. He wasn't even
Talking
really
about the song?
Yeah, he wasn't really saying much about the song. He was just saying like what happened with the crowd in that moment, because it's, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it was cool. The crowd, there was lots of people doing it. It just that the song just didn't move me at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Why do you delete that? Why did you just delete it?
Because I'm gonna have to delete it. But did you need it?
Why are you gonna have to delete it?
Because I have to put our video first, so then it can go up in 1080.
Oh.
You put our video as the first
things
video.
that we do for you ungrateful brats. Did you see, like he said, drift away, fade away, little, where did it go? He did something really clever.
I honestly,
with his lyrics. What happened?
I didn't understand I didn't see the lyrics because my eyes aren't as clear during this pregnancy. So you had it on that mini phone over there, and I needed it on one of those jitterbugs.
They were over there too.
Yeah, but it took forever for you to finally get them up there, and then you weren't scrolling properly. And
oh my gosh!
Everything was a big confusion.
I'll tell you what,
and I don't feel good, so I feel kind of grouchy. I think.
Yeah. When you don't feel good, forget it.
Yeah.
See right there. Can't the band play on? Just listen. They play my song. Ash to ash, dust to dust, fade to black.
Yeah.
Get it?
Their other song, Fade to Black.
Yeah, it's about. At first I thought it was about him, but I think it's about a female, a woman, because he says, "Dance, little tin goddess." Right there, little tin goddess.
Okay.
So it's talking about a woman, I'm assuming, who used to be a star.
Yeah.
But is kind of like delusional.
Why? do you mean she's delusional?
gone insane.
Oh.
And then she's saying, they're singing my song and all that. The band is playing on or whatever. But it seems to be about a person who, like, their time of being famous, their 15 minutes is up and they just can't deal with it. Hence, the memory remains. Fortune, fame, mirror vein, gone insane, the memory remains. So she had her 15 minutes or whatever, and then it drove her crazy trying to, like, attain that, I think.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? Gone
Yeah.
insane, dance Littleton goddess.
Uh-huh.
Which is interesting because, you know, it's like when people are at the height of their popularity and fame, they're like gods.
Yep.
But a 10 is just, you can just crush it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing
And
inside.
little.
Yeah. There's nothing inside.
Yeah.
It's just, boom. That's a smart line. Hetfield comes up with some smart lines, man. That's a crazy line.
Heavy rings on fingers wave, another star denies the grave. See the nowhere crowd, cry the nowhere tears of honor. So it's just, is that basically saying, like, you lived past your fame? Like,
Right.
some people, you know, most rock stars are like dying at the height of their power.
Right.
But you just
Right.
happen to deny the grave, but no.
Right. Exactly. And then it's kind of like, well,
Terrible.
you know, what's better? You know what I mean? Like, what was that? $1 Million Baby? And I don't want to spoil it, but basically, like, it explored the concept of, is it better to go out in your prime and die, or live past your prime and not be able to do what you felt like you were born to do?
I think it just depends on what you thought you were born to do. If you thought your only purpose in life was to climb mountains, well, when you're beyond climbing mountains age, you probably want to not be around. But if if you're there to like I always think of like an old version of me, and I'm like, would I want to grow old? Like, is that something I would want to do or nah? You know, like there's stuff about growing old that I don't want to do. I don't like the smell of nursing homes, and I don't want to be stuck in one all the time smelling that. But
Okay.
But then I think to myself, but if I was in the nursing home, can you imagine how much wisdom I would have attained by that point in time? Like, how much understanding of other... So I picture, like, the CNAs coming in and then asking them how they're feeling and, you know, talking to them and giving wisdom and stuff like that. So, like, there's purpose beyond, you know... I'm not always going to be reviewing metal songs.
Right. Yeah, I just think... I just look at life in the context of, like, primary assignments. So, like, I've got a list of primary assignments. Want to, you know, be a father to the kids. You know, but that assignment's gonna change because they're gonna, you know, Dorian's 13. You know, so that's the dynamic of the assignment is gonna change, and so, you know, for as long as we're doing the channel, right? That's another one. Like, so I just think if you just look at it, so like this channel and all of our friends and whatever, like, that's an assignment that's going to be around for a while. Does this make you happy?
Inshallah.
Does this make you happy? You know, and then, you know, once we transition to full time, the dynamics of what we do with this channel are going to change.
Right.
Right. We're going to, you know, so if you just look at things as assignments, and, you know, maybe you don't go through these kind of crises where you're like, what am I now? I can't, you know, whatever.
Well, assignments means new dreams. That's like what you said before. You were like, can you change your dream when that dream is over and find the new one, the next one? Or are you like, you're a one dream person, and once that one's over or that one cannot be attained, your life is over.
Right. Which I mean, happens whether it's this situation where, okay, you had it, it's gone now. Or some of them go through situations where they have it and they always have it, and they still are like, wait a second, because they're realizing that, okay, I did it, but it's not doing what I want it to do. So what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So this particular person, like, dim the light of an already faded prima donna. Yikes. That's a good line. Because, you know, it's like that parable that Jesus told, where he's like, you know, if you go to a meal, don't take the seat of honor. Take the lowest seat. Because he said if you take the seat of highest honor, then when somebody more important than you shows up, the guy's going to say, hey, get out of here, sit in the back. This fellow needs to come up. And then Jesus says, you'll be humiliated. It's a good thing for you. So it's like, there's nothing worse than
Would that humiliate you?
I wouldn't care about that. It wouldn't bother me.
So Jesus was wrong in that situation when in regards to Vin.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't take that type of seat, though. Because you know how I am. Oh, just because you're sitting there, now you're important. I would be like, that's bullshit. I'm going to sit wherever I want.
Well, yeah, but what if you happen to want to talk to that head guy? You would have sat there.
Well, then there'd be something I want to talk about.
You could still get booted out of the seat, and in which case you still wouldn't be humiliated.
Well, my goal was to talk to the guy about something. I'll find a way to talk to him.
If only we could be like that.
But
Okay,
I would find a way to talk to him. But I think Jesus is saying, if you're the type of person that would angle yourself to sit in the most important seat, then that type of interaction would humiliate you.
Oh, you're right.
See what I'm saying? But if
Yeah.
you're the type of person that doesn't care about that stuff, then it wouldn't humiliate you. But in that case, the parable wouldn't apply to you.
I'm not the type of person to angle myself to get in the most honorable seat, but I would be embarrassed if I was sitting somewhere and somebody kicked me out of a seat.
Everything embarrasses you.
I know, I do get easily embarrassed.
I mean, good Lord. So, but the Behemoth video isn't uploading. Are you sure it's up?
Keep talking.
No, I'm not going to keep talking while you're leaning over.
It's uploading. You talked a lot in it. It's a very long video.
It's only 40 minutes long.
Yep. Anything over 30 takes a long time.
Yeah. My point about that is, like, there's nothing worse than a famous person who's like beyond their fame and people don't care about them anymore and they don't realize it. You know what I mean? Like that's a. But fame is a strange thing. It's a very, very strange thing. Isn't it?
Oh, I think it's creepy in a way.
It's a weird.
What it does to people.
Yeah.
You know, in my head specifically, I'm thinking about different female artists that have like butchered their bodies to like their faces and stuff in an effort to try to look like they did in their fame.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there it is. Fortune, fame, mirror, vein.
Yep.
Mirror vein, you know, all the crazy stuff that you have to do.
Sometimes you're like, it would have been better just to leave it alone.
Well, it just, you know, age with grace, man. And be classy and, you know, but a lot of it has to do with what you think the ultimate goal of everything is.
Right.
But this stuff right here will drive you crazy. Like if you, and I feel like there's a lot of obsession with fame in our current culture in a way that it hasn't been there before because of social media.
Yeah.
Because you have social media now, you have the potential to then end up being a famous person.
Yeah.
And then people get into it for. I was listening to Roberto Blake, and he's like, if you're getting into YouTube to be famous, then stop right now, because the vast majority of us that are on YouTube are not going to be famous. So don't do it for that reason. And what he was saying was, do it for the passion of whatever what you're doing. And I think that's important.
He's right, yeah.
Well, why were you looking at me like that when I said it?
It's just a weird reason to get on YouTube. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't do that. I'm sure that they do, but it just never occurred to me. I'm going to get on YouTube so I can get famous. But I don't want a bunch of people recognizing me.
Well, right, but it happened so much that Roberto had to tell people.
Oh, but when you said it, I was like, that actually sounds like something that would happen.
He had to tell people, like,
Yep.
hey, if that's what your plan is, then forget it.
Yep.
You know, but that's the whole front seat thing. If you're the type of person that's going to join YouTube to be famous, then you're not going to be. If you're the type of person that doesn't care,
because you're going to do things to get famous.
yeah,
It's gonna,
and then people are going to go, oh, you know, you're going to be one of those people that studies all these other people and then try to copy them and emulate them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, but that's where that parable comes in. Like, you know, like you want to take that seat. You want that seat, and then you're going to get yourself embarrassed.
Yep.
I was watching this thing one time where this guy was, he was dressed up like a famous person, and he had this like fake entourage.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then
yeah.
like, he was like supposedly a singer or whatever, and
But he was nothing.
He was nothing. I'm not gonna say he was nothing. He's the image bearer of God.
No, but he was not a famous person at all.
He wasn't a famous person at all.
And people were like acting like, oh yeah, I heard that song.
Oh, it was a good
was a
song.
good one."
That single is a really good one. Really hit me in the heart. I think he's got a bright future.
The whole thing is just a lie.
It's all bullshit. But then it was like people wanted to be around the famous person.
Yep.
And just, I don't know, like get the overflow of his fame or whatever because he had a, whatever around him. Like I never, like I remember one time I was in New York with my ex. We were at Central Park, and of course they shot movies all the time at Central Park.
Yeah.
So the first time it happened, I'm like, shit, there's a movie like 5 feet ahead of us. They're shooting a movie. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting. I'm like, I was blown away. I'm like, of course we're gonna sit here and watch this go down. She's like, let's get out of here. I'm like, what are you talking about? The famous people. She's like, well, she'd seen it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I was like, pfft. So I went with them like, this is crazy. But then it happened so much that like a year later, another movie was there. I was like, nah. You just.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But now like, but it's New York. If you're in New York, you see famous people all the time.
Yep. That's yeah.
Yeah,
My friends used to tell me that all the time.
That restaurant that we were with, like famous people, that that little sushi restaurant or whatever, famous people were there all the time. Mm-hmm. And then actually, I was like, hey, isn't that guy from whatever?
Like that boring movie.
Yeah. So the movie was boring, so you didn't want to go talk to him or whatever. But
I wouldn't have anyway.
Yeah, we wouldn't have talked to him.
I wouldn't have anyway because he was over there. He looked like he had a girl with him. Like
yeah, he
did. And that restaurant was, in my opinion, it seemed off the beaten path. You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was. I think it's the kind of place you go when you don't want to be recognized.
It was.
So I wouldn't go do that to somebody.
Yeah. And the girl was. You didn't like that girl.
The waitress.
Our waitress.
I didn't.
Nah, you didn't like her at all.
I don't remember that. Wow, I gave her a good tip, though.
You generally don't like... You didn't give her a good tip. What are you talking about?
We gave her a really good tip. What are you talking about? I think that you're wrong.
The girl at that restaurant that went to the acting school?
Yeah.
You gave her a good tip?
Yeah, she got a really good tip.
Oh, okay. Did I write it or did you write it?
I wrote it. Oh. What the heck? She passed it to you, but I took it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because remember everything was like weird and I was so sick and I needed to eat and she brought me she went through all that work to get me exactly what I needed.
She was nice.
Yeah.
She was nice to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was nice to you. But yeah. Yeah, the concept of fame is pretty strange. It's a pretty strange situation. And then like it's regional too. Like you can there are people in Maine that are famous or like like Maine famous. And it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's weird. And then at the end of it, it's like, okay, what is it about being famous? Is it being recognized? Does the fact people recognize you? Or is it the fact that there's an accumulation of people who recognize you? And
means you're important.
Which means you're then important. But then now, because you have that power, people pretend that they like you. Mm-hmm. Which is where you get the term celebrity from. Mm-hmm. Because people are celebrating that you're around. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't celebrate that you're around, then phooey on you.
Yeah, but it's not lasting because after that the guy on the Bears where he kicked the horrible ending there. And you were playing this video of this guy losing his mind. He's like, duh, and he was swearing at the guy and calling him names, and I was like, you flipped fast.
Oh well, yeah. That's the big.
You can be disappointed, but how are you gonna flip on someone that extreme?
Well, that's the big tragedy when people who are famous really believe. What's that line they love? What's that line? They love me. They really love me.
Oh.
Hell no, they don't love you. You got famous for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
And so long as you continue in the reason why they fell in love with you, quote unquote, in the first place, they will love you. But the minute you step outside of that shit, forget it. You're just as disposable as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron James left Cleveland. Everybody's like, oh, he betrayed the city. He blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you kidding me? If LeBron James couldn't hit that shot from 25 feet with 5 dudes on him, you think Cleveland would give a damn about where he went? Mm-hmm. That's the thing about like famous people. Like sometimes I'm like Michael Jackson was this type of dude. Like they really think that people really love them.
Yeah.
And they're genuinely shocked when people flip on them.
Oh.
You're lucky if you have 2 people that legit love you. For you.
That's how I felt like that last thing that we were doing.
Yeah, that's your damn mind.
People flipped. Like, I was so surprised. I was like, it was very confused. But now, like, after that, I'll never be the same. Now I'm just like, nah.
Please. Yeah. But that'll, you know.
Eventually I'll say something that'll really piss you off and you'll
Sure.
unsubscribe.
Yeah. Well, that's.
But I'm not going to be as upset when it happens because I'm expecting.
Well, we don't know. We've probably lost 5,000 subs.
Oh well, yeah. People are very, some people are very vocal to tell us that they're leaving, but then there's other people that I think they just leave, and But I'm not like I don't feel the same way about it as I did with stuff in the. We're doing what we want.
Yeah, it's good preparation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because now it makes you, more of your authentic self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
What do you give the song?
7.
How dare you?
You didn't even know what I was going to say. You were
dare
already
you.
saying how dare you before I even had the number.
How dare you? 9.8.
9.8.
I don't even want to debate this.
I should have made you go first.
Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Gone.